ranking the 5 aggregor aliens from Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. So for those who don't know, Aggregor is one of the main villains of Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. He's an Osmosian just like Kevin, and he brought a couple aliens down with him that ended up getting freed and escaped. I'm gonna rank those 5 aliens. So the ones we have on the list are Water Hazard, Amphibian, Terrapin, Armadillo, and Energy. I feel like it's gonna be kind of hard to rank these because they're all good aliens. Like some of the lists I've done before have been rather easy because some aliens are clearly better than others, but on this one, they're more or less pretty level. Yes, there's a little bit of disparity, but for the most part, they're pretty close to each other. Also, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Those things will help me out a ton. I haven't posted a video in a while, but I'm back to consistent posting. Hold me to that. But without further ado, let's get into the rankings. In the 5th place position, we have Terrapin. Normally, the aliens who end up in last place on my list are pretty garbage, but this one is actually pretty damn good. Terrapin has the ability to create crazy wind blasts and tornadoes. He has holes in the front part of his shells that can be used to shoot out super powerful winds and also can be turned around and used as vacuums, which he's used to do things like absorb toxins and bring people closer to him and things like that. Also, the same way that he turns his fins into fans and blows the air, he can use that same thing to turn on his stomach and fly around at pretty good speeds, I would say. Also, he has a very tough shell because he's a fucking turtle, which means he's a good alien to use in a defense situation. And honestly, what I think is his biggest draw is that he's resistant to mana, which is super useful in the Ben 10 world because a lot of those aliens, their downfall is magic. Now the downsides to Terrapin. So while he can fly pretty fast, he cannot run. The only way you should move around as Terrapin is as the flying disc, because if you need to walk or run or be agile in any way, shape, or form, he is not your guy. He is also vulnerable to electricity like a lot of aliens. And probably one of the more annoying things about him, his air vents can jam. So if he's blowing or sucking, stuff can get caught in those air vents, and then he has to stop spinning and take the stuff out of his air vents in order to keep going. But all in all, I would say he is a pretty good alien, but unfortunately he's got to go in that 5th place position. In the 4th place position, we have Water Hazard. I actually like Water Hazard a lot. I think he's probably one of my favorite water aliens that Ben has. Everybody knows I fucking hate Ripjaws. I think Water Hazard is better. And he has some pretty good powers. Water Hazard has the ability to manipulate water, which is always an OP ability in most situations. He has holes on his hands, which he can use to shoot out highly pressurized water at incredible speeds that can be used for blasting people away or even cutting through things like steel. We've also seen him use the pressurized water to do things like boost himself for super jumps and even do a little bit of flying. It's not like jet ray flight, but he can kind of fly a little bit by using the water. And he can control the temperature of the water, so he can give out super hot water or very cold water. Another ability that I think is pretty cool is he can absorb water from the air into his skin, or I guess shell, whatever you want to call it. And obviously, he can breathe underwater. He has enhanced strength, and from that shell exoskeleton he has, it gives him enhanced durability. His biggest downsides are he's vulnerable to heat, and he's also vulnerable to cold, which is very annoying to me. But those are the main downsides, so all in all, I would say Water Hazard is in the number 4 position. In the number 3 position, we have Armadillo. I'm a little biased on this one. Armadillo has probably been one of my more favorite aliens since he was first introduced. He's just cool as shit. Bro is literally like if you make construction equipment in Alien. That shit is fire to me. Armadillo's biggest draws is that he is a digger. He has jackhammer pistons in his arms, which give him intense digging ability, and he can turn his hands into drills. If you're trying to go under something, dig and sneak in from somewhere, Armadillo is your guy. And those jackhammer pistons are also fire in combat. He uses the pistons to give extra power to his punches. That shit is crazy. Imagine getting beat up and bro just keep hitting you with them damn pistons. And he can still drill you while he fighting too. Bro is really a menace. Not to mention he can use those pistons to make incredibly strong earthquakes. We've seen this alien turn whole buildings and skyscrapers into rubble. And what comes with that is he can make huge fissures and cracks in the ground with his jackhammer abilities. He has enhanced strength and durability because he's a fucking tank that came alive. And one of his cooler abilities is he can use those pistons to like shoot projectiles. So like if he picks up a rock and holds it, he can use the pistol to like blast the shit off and turn shit into like missiles and projectiles and shit. And his biggest weakness is he's weak to electricity, like most of his aliens. His size can also be a weakness in some situations because he is rather big. But I mean, most of the time you're going to be digging or going under something, so it's not like a doorway is really going to be a problem for him. So with all that said, I'm going to put Armadillo in the 3rd place position. In the 2nd place position, we have Energy, and that is spelled N-R-G, not energy. But yeah, let's get into it. Energy is made out of mostly nuclear energy, so he has to be put in this big ass metal suit. When he's in the suit, he has the ability to fire energy beams out of the little vents in the mask. Those beams can melt and corrode most things. I mean, it's pure nuclear energy he's shooting at you. He can also channel his heat underground and like kind of make volcanoes and geysers shoot up from the ground. And he's pretty fucking strong. We've seen him go toe to toe with some big body aliens. And he's also immune to cold because he's pure fucking heat. Now, when you get him out that suit, bro is a fucking menace. In the suit, he's already strong. Outside the suit, he's stronger. He's fast now, and he can fly. Flight is automatically raising your stock value as an alien. He can shoot out those dangerous energy blasts from any part of his body, and he can breathe underwater. And this isn't like a huge positive, but he can also make himself like glow like a lamp. He's pure energy. Here's the problem with energy. His biggest downside is he's pure nuclear energy, so he has to be in the suit or else he's gonna consistently be hurting his teammates. He's gonna be damaging things because it's fucking nuclear energy. But then when you put him in the suit, he's marginally weaker than he is outside of the suit, which kind of makes him this big ass paradox. No, I'm not talking Professor Paradox. He's just a paradox himself. And for that reason, NRG is going in the 2nd place position. If you didn't know that this next alien was going in the 1st place position, you're out of your mind. It's clearly the best alien here. Honestly, it's one of Ben's best aliens in his Omnitrix. In my opinion, the best alien Ben has in his Omnitrix is Big Chill. The 2nd best alien he has is Feedback. Amphibian kind of has abilities that both of these aliens have. Obviously, not to the same extent, but he's still a really fucking good alien. He's got to go number 1. Amphibian has the ability to use electricity to stun, paralyze, or even kill enemies. He can shoot out powerful electric blasts, or he can absorb electricity into himself to charge up. Amphibian has also used his electric blast in kind of a telekinetic way, so he's been able to lift and move things around using electricity. Amphibian can generate force fields to protect himself. And it can turn into pure energy, like jump into cables and wires and shit, kind of similar to how like Upgrade does it. Obviously it doesn't upgrade, but like you can still jump in shit. Amphibian also has ghost-like abilities and can go intangible, and just like Big Chill, when it goes through something, it has the ability to shock it while doing so. And Amphibian can fly, which we know is always going to be a positive. It looks like a jellyfish. It has those long tentacles, which it can extend out to reach and grab stuff that's out of reach. Amphibian also has telepathic abilities. It can read the electrical waves in your brain to tell what you're thinking. Now that is a huge-ass list of positives. The only downside Amphibian really has is if it goes up against an alien that can like absorb electricity like Feedback or something like that, or if it's going up an alien that's just made out of pure rubber. But other than that, it's a pretty damn good alien, so I'm gonna put Amphibian in the number 1 position. That's the list. Let me know what you guys think of it. Hopefully we don't disagree on Amphibian, but the rest of them are more or less up for debate, so let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what videos you guys want to see next from me. I'm thinking about doing a Teen Titans ranking video, and obviously I still got to get to Omniverse, so I'll be doing those videos soon. But thank you guys so much. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.